So this movie's already been pushed back like 37 times or something ridiculous like that. The first trailer came out in 2017, so yeah, we're over a year and a half after that point now. Anyway, this movie finally came out. I saw it. The question is it any good? Let's hope so. Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel is directed by Robert Rodriguez, and I believe it's produced by James Cameron as well. And it's based off a manga which came out a while back, and I've never read. I think it's like some sort of anime comic type thing. I don't know. I'm not really into that type of stuff. But anyway, Alita Battle Angel, it basically follows this cyborg named Alita. Like, she's built up by Christoph Waltz's character, Dr. Edu, and in this movie, we basically follow Alita. She's trying to discover who she is because she doesn't remember. At the same time, she's being hunted down by these hunter warriors, I guess is what they're called, and also by this, like, I guess, figure named Nova. I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's called Nova. Basically a bunch of things are just trying to hunt her down and kill her, while at the same time she's trying to figure out who she is. And there's a bunch of subplots. There's a romance. There's a subplot involving a sport called motorball. There's a lot of things going on in this movie. So let's talk about Alita Battle Angel. So I'm going to be honest, I was not looking forward to Alita Battle Angel at all. I thought, based on the fact that it was being pushed back so much, in addition to the trailers not being all that impressive, like, I thought it was going to be like kind of like Valerian, which came out back in 2017. I thought it was going to be something like that, maybe a visual spectacle, but nothing really much more than that. The trailers, again, they weren't impressive. It's been pushed back, which usually signals like it's going to be a failure. So, yeah, and I even put this on my top 10 least anticipated movies of 2019. It was my number 9. But I'm going to be honest, I actually kind of enjoyed Alita Battle Angel. I thought it was quite a fun movie. It was surprisingly decent. So, yeah, let's get into it. First off, Rosa Salazar, I thought she was awesome as Alita, and I thought the character of Alita was easily the best part of the film. Like, she was always so super positive, super fun, and she by far had the best arc in the entire movie. And, like, she kicks butt a lot in this movie. The action sequences, they're the other big thing in this movie that I can definitely praise a lot. Like, I'm going to say this now, this movie has the best action sequence I've seen all year so far. Now, it's not really saying much, we're only in March, but I mean, we've seen Captain Marvel, and I guess How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World, but even though I think How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World's a flawless movie, I think Captain Marvel's a really fun movie, I still think this movie has the best action sequence of the year so far. And that involves the motorball sport. Like, you guys will know what I'm talking about when you see it. Sorry, that was my phone buzzing. I hope that camera didn't catch that. But yeah, the motorball sport. That scene was incredible. It was really fun to watch. And just all the visuals going around. Speaking of the visuals, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, just like all the visual stuff happening, just the way it was shot, I thought that was a perfect action scene. Super fun. Loved it. And then let's get into the visuals. The visuals are another big highlight of this movie. It's beautiful. Just the way it's shot, the way the movie looks, the way Alita herself is detailed. I thought all that was really well done. Definitely a good job on the visual effects producers. Like, because I'm gonna say this now. I thought the CGI in the first trailer that came out in 2017 wasn't very good. They definitely worked on that to improve it. So yeah, I can understand why they pushed the movie back in that aspect, because it looks a lot better now. And I'm going to say this now, I think this should be nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars next year. I don't know if it will, because we still have movies like Avengers Endgame, Godzilla, a lot of other movies that are CGI heavy coming out this year, but yeah, this movie had some amazing visuals, and I did not see this in 3D. I mean, I can only imagine what it looks like in 3D, but yeah, it still looks spectacular either way. Now, some of the other characters, like I thought Christoph Waltz, I thought he was really good. I thought his character was good, and there are some story arcs that I did like with his character as well, along with Alita, and there's a couple other characters I thought were good as well. And again, the action sequences, I thought they were great. The movie's visually spectacular. So yeah, a lot of things to really like about this movie, which is surprising considering I thought it was going to be a massive mound of trash. So yeah, not too shabby, Robert Rodriguez. Not too shabby. Of course, while this movie was surprising, it definitely has a lot of flaws. It's not flawless by any means. And some of the flaws are like some of the characters. As I said before, I liked Alita, I like Christoph Waltz. There are a couple other characters as well, but a couple of characters I thought were really underused. Jennifer Connelly and Mahershala Ali, they're both great actors, but I feel like they were really underutilized in this movie. Like, they weren't really given too much to do. I mean, Mahershala Ali, kind of, but still not too much. Also, I feel like there's some dialogue problems as well. Like, a lot of the humor didn't land. I thought there was a romance in this movie that I thought was really cheesy at times. I mean, it's not the worst romance I've ever seen, but it is kind of cheesy and kind of, just one-dimensional. Speaking of one-dimensional, the villains in this movie. There's like 4 or 5 characters that try to be villains, but none of them really stand out at all. They're all just kind of one-dimensional, and they're all just kind of there. Like there's like this hunter warrior guy with a long sword. Like, okay, he has no arc to him at all, and it's just like, okay, why is he doing this? We don't know. And there's Mahershala Ali and Jennifer Connelly, which are kind of villains, more anti-heroes, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, like, just all the villains in this movie, I feel like are either very underutilized or just completely one-dimensional and like really don't serve that much of a purpose in the film. And then there's also this whole story point about like upper class and lower class, I guess. Like, the lower class people live like on the ground, while the upper class people live in like this palace, I guess, that's like several thousand feet above the lower class. Like, I wanted to see more of the upper class, because we got to see a lot of the lower class section. I wanted to see more of that upper class section. Now, I never read the manga, so I don't know I don't know how faithful this is to the manga, but then again, I'm watching a movie. I don't really care about the source material it's based off of as much. So, yeah. And then the romance was kind of a problem. There are some characters that are really underdeveloped or underutilized. And, like, the ending is sequel bait, which I can understand, but still, like, just the way it ends, it's kind of abrupt, honestly. Like, I feel like we could see so much more. Like, they tried to cram a lot into this movie, and I feel like we didn't really get to see as much as we could have. Overall, while Alita is definitely flawed, I do think it's a solid, fun film. And yes, the ending does set itself up for a sequel, and I would like to see more. So if a sequel does come out, hopefully one does, because, I mean, the movie's making, I think it's made like $375 million or something like that on a $170 million budget. So it's made over double its budget already. So hopefully we get a sequel. I don't know. I don't really know how much it needs to break even. I guess it's what's... I don't know. Yeah. But I honestly wouldn't mind seeing a sequel if it does come out. So yeah, despite the movie's flaws, I still had a pretty fun time with Alita. With that being said, I'm going to give Alita Battle Angel a 68% fresh rating. That is a solid B. Alright, so there's my review for Alita Battle Angel. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, a lot of people are comparing this to Captain Marvel. Mainly those anti-Disney review bombing crybabies. I just think it's a terrible comparison. The only real comparison you can make is the female characters. Like, that's really it. The female leads. That's it. Like, otherwise, why are people comparing this to Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel's better, by the way. But, yeah, I just had to say that. Anyway, what did you think about the movie? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. And what's your favorite movie based off an anime or a manga? Make sure to let me know down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. Next review is probably going to be Wonder Park, but it really depends on how well received that movie is. So, yeah, if it's well received, I'll go see it in theaters and then review it for you guys on here. If not, I'll probably just wait for Us to come out in a couple weeks. Jordan Peele's Us. I'll definitely be reviewing that one on here, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And again, make sure to subscribe to my channel for other content to come in the future. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.